for people that do feel like frustrated and just overwhelmed, and there's so much change and so much uncertainty, and maybe you're not having a life-threatening illness, maybe it's just a new job, or a new city you've just moved to, but something inside of you is just ugh, inconforme, uncomfortable. How do you come back to peace in your heart?
For me, whenever I'm frustrated, whenever I'm going through the emotions, it's always the same. It's always simply stop and breathe. It's very simple. Breathe manually through the move. So many times I had to take myself into my meditation spot and sit and breathe until I felt better. Yeah, I think it can be as simple as breathing manually, simply being conscious, coming back to that presence. Because when we're frustrated, a lot of the time we're out of balance because we're on autopilot. We're stuck again in the loop, and then we're overthinking. We're either anxious, we're looping, we're thinking of the future, or we're stuck in the past. We're thinking about something from the past. We're not in the present. And how do you get in the present? You breathe. Simply breathe. So for me, it's always been stop. So just catching myself out when I'm really frustrated because I do a lot of looping. I've had a lot of anxiety in the past, and that's my default programming um, in my human. So stop, back to center, breathe manually. And the breath provides the oxygen and the clarity, provides the space and the awareness that you need in that moment.
I totally concur. Exactly that. For me, peace in the heart starts with a breath. Even if everything's just spiraling, everything, all these thoughts, I force myself to breathe deeply at least 3 times. And then usually it becomes a couple more breaths, and I stay in
Yeah.
there for a couple minutes. But just forcing myself to take a deep breath and just holding it for as long as I can, releasing it slowly, and just no thoughts, just breath, just allow the mechanism of the respiration of the breath to do its thing, to stimulate your vagus nerve, to do its electrical coding within you without really understanding what it's doing, but knowing that the breath is going to be what quiets the mind and the spirit, and stills you. It stills you, like you said, in the present moment. It brings you back. And that's one of the biggest things that I've also learned, because I I also have anxious spirals and loops. And for me, my biggest thing is like dissociating. I kind of just check out, and I'm like, this is too much. And and then weeks can pass, or days can pass, and hours, and I'm just like numb. So the thing that brings me back to peace is and to stillness and to awareness and to presence is the breath. Doing Forcing myself to do 3, and then usually I'm like, my conscious mind says, okay, let's do a couple more. And then I just see myself as if I kind of see myself from behind, and I see myself breathing and sitting down, and then I start to like notice, source, and I start to notice all the energy around me, and I start to notice my guides. I call upon my guides, and then like information starts to trickle in, that can help me find an answer, or find peace, or find stillness. But it all starts in the breath, and it all starts in the heart, coming back.